There's a 34-year-old guy in Ohio who just sold his pest control business for $8.7 million. He started it 6 years ago with a $12,000 used truck and a state license that cost him $400. He never raised venture capital. He never pitched investors. He never had a growth hacker or a disruption strategy. He just killed bugs on a schedule for people who paid him every month. While he was building this, his college roommate was grinding at a Series B startup in San Francisco. Equity package worth $2 million on paper. Working 70-hour weeks. Sleeping under his desk during crunch time. That startup just laid off 60% of its staff. The equity is worth zero. His roommate is 36, unemployed, and has $8,000 in savings. The pest control guy? He's retired. $8.7 million in the bank. He's 34 years old. This is happening everywhere. While the tech world collapses under its own weight, layoffs, AI disruption, burned cash, crashed valuations, there's a quiet class of entrepreneurs building real, boring, unsexy businesses that print money like clockwork. They're not on TechCrunch. They're not raising Series A rounds. They're not disrupting anything. They're plumbers, electricians, pest control operators, laundromat owners, and waste haulers. And they're becoming millionaires faster than any tech founder you know. My name is Marcus Delacroix, and I spent 7 years in private equity buying exactly these businesses. I've analyzed hundreds of deals, watched owners walk away with $5 million, $10 million, sometimes $20 million for businesses most people would call boring or beneath them. Today, I'm going to show you why 2026 is the year boring businesses dominate, why tech is dying while trades are thriving, and exactly how to start one of these cash printing machines, even if you have zero money and you're working a 9 to 5 right now. If you've ever looked at your startup job, your tech career, or your high-growth company and thought, this isn't going anywhere, you need to watch every second of this video. Because the people getting rich in 2026 aren't the ones chasing unicorns. They're the ones fixing toilets, rewiring houses, and killing termites. Subscribe right now. This is going to change how you think about wealth forever. Part 1. Why boring wins in 2026, while tech implodes. Let's start with the uncomfortable truth. The tech party is over. The tech collapse. 2024 to 2025 was a bloodbath for tech. 260,000 plus layoffs across major tech companies. Startup valuations down 40 to 70% from 2021 peaks. Series of funding down 60% year over year. 90% of Series B startups unable to raise follow-on funding. Average startup burn rate, $500,000 to $2 million per month with 12 to 18 months runway. AI made it worse. ChatGPT, Claude, Midjourney, and a dozen other tools eliminated entire job categories overnight. Junior developers, replaced by Cursor, GitHub Copilot, Claude Code. Content writers, replaced by ChatGPT, Jasper. Designers, replaced by Midjourney, DALL-E. Data analysts, replaced by automated AI tools. Even the survivors are terrified. Every tech worker knows their job might not exist in 2 to 3 years. But here's what nobody's talking about. While tech implodes, boring businesses are thriving. The boring business advantage. Let me show you why boring businesses are the smartest bet in 2026. 1. They're essential, recession-proof. People always need. Plumbing, pipes burst regardless of the economy. Electrical work, power outages don't care about GDP. Pest control, bugs multiply during downturns. Trash collection, garbage doesn't stop. HVAC, people need heat in winter, AC in summer. These aren't discretionary. They're mandatory. When recession hits, tech budgets get slashed. Plumbing emergencies still get fixed. 2. They're AI-proof. You can't automate crawling under a house to fix a pipe. You can't use ChatGPT to rewire a circuit breaker. You can't deploy a robot to spray for termites. These businesses require physical presence, real-world problem-solving, human judgment in messy situations, trust. People want a real person in their home. AI can optimize scheduling and invoicing, but it can't replace the actual work. 3. Low startup costs, massive margins. Tech startup typical cost. Engineers, $150,000 to $300,000 per year each. Office space, $50,000 to $200,000 per year. Cloud infrastructure, $10,000 to $100,000 per month. Marketing, $50,000 to $500,000 per month. Burn rate, $500,000 to $2 million per month. Time to profitability, 3 to 7 years if ever. Plumbing business startup costs, License, $500 to $2,000. Used truck, $8,000 to $15,000. Tools, $3,000 to $8,000. Insurance, $2,000 to $5,000 per year. Marketing, $500 to $2,000 per month. Total startup, $15,000 to $30,000. Time to profitability, 1 to 6 months. Gross margins. Tech SaaS, 70 to 80% but burning cash on growth. Plumbing, 40 to 60%, pure profit after labor and materials. Electrical, 45 to 65%. Pest control, 50 to 70%. 4. Fragmented markets equals easy entry. The plumbing industry has 130,000 plus businesses in the US. Most are owner-operated, 1 to 5 employees. Regional or local. Owned by someone 55 plus planning to retire. No succession plan. Terrible at marketing. Not using technology. This creates 2 opportunities. Start fresh and dominate with basic marketing. By retiring owners cheapen scale. Compare to tech, dominated by 5 to 10 mega companies with unlimited resources. Good luck competing with Google, Amazon, or Microsoft. 5. Private equity is hungry for them. Here's the secret. Private equity firms are rolling up boring businesses aggressively. They buy 10 to 50 small local operators, consolidate operations, implement systems, and sell the combined entity for 6-10x earnings. 2024 to 2025 examples. Goldman Sachs acquired Sela Services, HVAC/plumbing/electrical, for $1.7 billion. Wrench Group, backed by Hellman and Friedman, acquired 100 plus HVAC/plumbing businesses. Apex Service Partners, 100 plus add-on acquisitions. First Call Mechanical, 15 acquisitions in 18 months. If you build a boring business to $3 to $10 million in revenue with clean books and recurring revenue, private equity will write you a check for 4-8x EBITDA. That's a $2 to $8 million exit for a business you started with $20,000. Try doing that with a tech startup. Part 2. The top 8 boring businesses printing money in 2026. Let's break down the 8 best boring businesses crushing it right now with market size, margins, and scalability. 1. Plumbing services. Market size, $160 to $170 billion in the US, 2026. Growth rate, 4 to 5% annually. Gross margins, 40 to 60%. Why it's booming. Aging infrastructure, pipes from 1950s to 1980s failing everywhere. New construction, housing shortage driving builds. Water efficiency regulations, mandating upgrades. Emergency premium pricing, 3x, 5x normal rates for after hours. Business model. Emergency repairs, high margin, immediate payment. Maintenance plans, recurring revenue, 20 to 40% of business. Remodels and new installs, big ticket, $5,000 to $50,000 jobs. Startup costs, $15,000 to $30,000. Path to $1 million revenue, 2 to 4 years with 2 to 4 trucks. Exit multiple, 4-6x EBITDA. Real example. My client bought a plumbing business in Phoenix for $400,000, owner retiring. Grew it from $800,000 to $4.2 million revenue in 5 years through marketing and adding trucks. Sold for $2.8 million, 6.7x EBITDA. His profit, $2.4 million after paying off acquisition loan. 2. Electrical services. Market size, $200 to $250 billion in the US, 2026. Growth rate, 6% plus annually. Gross margins, 45 to 65%. Why it's exploding. EV charger installations, massive demand as EVs proliferate. Smart home retrofits, whole house automation. Solar panel integration. Grid upgrades and EV infrastructure. Severe electrician shortage, 10-year waitlists for apprenticeships in some states. Business model. Residential service and repair. Commercial maintenance contracts. New construction installs. EV charger installations, $1,500 to $3,000 per job. Startup costs, $20,000 to $40,000. Path to $1 million revenue, 2 to 3 years with 2 to 3 vans. Exit multiple, 5-7x EBITDA. Real example. Electrician in Colorado started solo in 2019. Focused on EV chargers and solar integration. Hit $1.2 million revenue by 2023 with 3 vans. Private equity made an unsolicited offer of $3.5 million in 2024. He turned it down, wants $5 million. 3. Pest control. Market size, $25 to $29 billion in the US, 2026, growth rate, 5 to 6% annually, gross margins, 50 to 70%. Why it's booming. Climate change, warmer winters equals more bugs surviving, migration north. Vector-borne disease awareness, Zika, Lyme, West Nile. Urban density, more people equals more infestations. Recurring revenue model, 80 to 90% customer retention. Business model. Residential quarterly/annual plans, bread and butter. Termite inspections and treatments, high margin. Commercial contracts, restaurants, hotels, offices. Specialty services, bed bugs, mosquitoes, wildlife. Startup costs, $10,000 to $25,000, path to $1 million revenue. 3 to 5 years with 3 to 5x exit multiple. 5-8x EBITDA. Real example, the guy from the opening. Started with $12,000 in 2019. Built to 600 plus recurring customers by 2025. Revenue $1.4 million, EBITDA $620,000. Sold for $8.7 million, 14x EBITDA because of insane retention and recurring revenue. 4. HVAC, heating, ventilation, air conditioning. Market size, $30 to $35 billion in the US, 2026, growth rate, 5 to 6% annually, gross margins, 40 to 55%. Why it's booming. Equipment lifespan, 15 to 20 years means replacement surging now. Efficiency mandates, government requiring upgrades. Extreme weather, more AC use in hot regions, heating in cold. Maintenance plans, recurring, high retention. Business model. Maintenance contracts, tune-ups, inspections. Emergency repairs, premium pricing. Full system replacements, $5,000 to $20,000 per job. Startup costs, $25,000 to $50,000, path to $1 million revenue. 2 to 4 years with 2 to 4x exit multiple. 5-7x EBITDA. 5. Waste management/garbage collection. Market size, $75 to $80 billion in the US, 2026, growth rate, 3 to 4% annually, gross margins, 30 to 45%. Why it's stable. Essential service, everyone generates trash. High barriers to entry, permits, trucks, landfill contracts. Route monopolies, once you own a neighborhood route, it's hard to lose. Business model. Residential routes, weekly pickups. Commercial dumpster rentals. Construction debris removal. Startup costs, $50,000 to $150,000, truck is expensive, path to $1 million revenue, 3 to 5 years exit multiple, 6-10x EBITDA, routes are gold. Real example, waste route in suburban Texas. 800 residential customers at $25 per month equals $240,000 per year revenue. Owner sold route for $1.4 million, 5.8x revenue, insane multiple because it's guaranteed cash flow. 6. Laundromats. Market size, $5 to $6 billion in the US, 2026, growth rate, 3 to 4% annually, gross margins, 25 to 35% after rent/utilities. Why it works. Urban density, renters without in-unit laundry. Immigrant communities, laundromats are cultural hubs. Mostly passive, machines run 24/7. Business model. Self-service coin/card machines. Wash and fold premium service. Delivery services, partnership with apps. Startup costs, $200,000 to $500,000, path to $100,000 plus net income. Immediately if location is good, exit multiple, 3-5x revenue. 7. Self-storage facilities. Market size, $40 to $45 billion in the US, 2026, growth rate, 3 to 5% annually, gross margins, 60 to 70%, once built. Why it's booming. Downsizing trends, smaller homes, more stuff. E-commerce, inventory storage, small business owners. High occupancy rates, 90% plus in good locations. Business model. Monthly rental fees. Climate-controlled premium units. RV/boat storage. Startup costs, $500,000 to $2 million plus, land and construction. Path to $200,000 plus net income. 2 to 3 years after opening, exit multiple, 6-10x NOI. 8. Vending machine routes. Market size, $7 to $8 billion in the US, 2026, growth rate, 2 to 3% annually, gross margins, 30 to 40%. Why it's underrated. Passive income, refill 1-2x per week. Scalable, add machines infinitely. High-traffic locations print money, offices, gyms, schools. Business model. Snack/drink machines in high-traffic areas. Healthy vending, premium margins. Micro-markets, mini convenience stores. Startup costs. $5,000 to $20,000 for 5 to 10 machines. Path to $100,000 plus revenue. 20 to 40 machines. Exit multiple. 2-4x annual revenue. Part 3. Deep dive, how to build a plumbing business the scalable way. Let me show you exactly how to build one of these businesses the right way, focusing on plumbing since it's one of the most accessible and profitable. Step 1. Form the legal entity. Why you need an LLC. Liability protection. If you damage someone's property, they sue the business, not you personally. Tax benefits. Business expenses reduce taxable income. Credibility. Customers trust Smith Plumbing LLC more than Joe's side gig. How to do it? Go to your state Secretary of State website. File articles of organization, $50 to $500 depending on state. Get an EIN, employer identification number, from IRS, free, takes 5 minutes online. Open a business bank account, separate from personal, critical for clean books. Get a business credit card, build business credit from day one. Total cost, $100 to $600 time, 1 to 3 days. Step 2. Get licensed and insured. Licensing requirements varies by state. Most states require 4 to 5 years as apprentice/journeyman. Then pass master plumber or plumbing contractor exam. Some states allow you to hire a licensed plumber and operate under their license. Check your state's requirements. California, Contractor State License Board. Texas, Texas State Board of Plumbing Examiners. Florida, Department of Business and Professional Regulation. If you're not licensed, work as apprentice while building side business. Partner with licensed plumber, 50-50 is split until you get your own license. Hire a licensed plumber as employee. Insurance, non-negotiable. General liability, $1,000 to $5,000 per year, covers property damage. Workers' comp, required if you have employees, costs vary. Commercial auto, for your work vehicles. Bonding, some states require surety bonds, $500 to $2,000. Total annual insurance cost, $3,000 to $10,000. Step 3. Get tools and vehicle. Essential tools, $3,000 to $8,000. Pipe wrenches, basin wrench, plungers. Snake/auger, manual and powered. Torch and soldering supplies. PX crimper or clamps. Pipe cutters, threading tools. Inspection camera, used, $500 to $1,500. Wet/dry vac. Vehicle. Used cargo van or truck, $8,000 to $15,000. Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, dealer auctions. Wrap it with your business name and phone number. $1,000 to $3,000. Mobile billboard. Total vehicle plus tools, $12,000 to $26,000. Step 4. Set up systems from day one. This is where 90% of plumbers fail. They stay stuck at 1 to 2 trucks because they never built systems. Field service software, choose one. House Call Pro, $50 to $150 per month. Scheduling, invoicing, payments, CRM. Service Titan, $200 to $500 per month. Enterprise level, best for scaling. Jobber, $30 to $200 per month, mid-tier option. What it does. Customer database, every job, every interaction tracked. Automated scheduling, techs get jobs pushed to their phones. Digital invoicing and payment processing, get paid instantly. Review requests, automated after every job. Marketing automation, email/SMS follow-ups. Why it matters. Clean books equals easier to sell business later. Automated follow-ups equals higher customer lifetime value. Data equals you can see which jobs are profitable. Total software cost, $600 to $6,000 per year. Step 5. Master sales and marketing. This is where money is made. Most plumbers are terrible at marketing. If you're even mediocre, you'll dominate. Local SEO, priority number 1. Claim Google Business Profile, formerly Google My Business. Add photos, services, hours. Post weekly updates. Goal, get 100 plus 5-star reviews in first year. Get reviews obsessively. After every job, text customer, can you leave us a review? Here's the link. Offer small discount on next service for leaving review. Reviews equals ranking equals leads. Optimize for local keywords. Emergency plumber, city. 24-hour plumber near me. Water heater repair, city. Google local services ads, LSA. Pay per lead, not per click. Verified badge from Google. Appears above regular ads. Cost, $20 to $80 per lead depending on market. Google Ads, PPC. Target high-intent searches, plumber near me, burst pipe repair. Budget, start with $500 to $1,000 per month. Track conversion rate, call tracking software. Truck as billboard. Your wrapped van/truck driving around equals free advertising. Park strategically, near Home Depot in neighborhoods you want to work. Door-to-door/flyers. Old school but works. Hit neighborhoods after doing a job, neighbors see your truck, get curious. Leave flyers offering free inspection or 10% discount. Build recurring revenue. Offer maintenance plans, annual plumbing inspection for $99. Upsell to quarterly tune-up for $299 per year. Goal, 20 to 30% of revenue from recurring contracts. Referral partnerships. Realtors, plumbing inspections for home sales. Property managers, ongoing maintenance contracts. General contractors, subcontract plumbing work. Marketing budget, $1,000 to $5,000 per month depending on market. Step 6, hire and scale. Phase 1, solo, months 1 to 12. You do all the work. Answer all calls or use answering service. Goal, get to $10,000 to $15,000 per month revenue. Phase 2, first hire, year 2. Hire apprentice or helper, pay $15 to $25 per hour. You focus on complex jobs, they assist. Train them to handle simple jobs solo. Goal, get to $25,000 to $40,000 per month revenue. Phase 3, second truck, year 2 to 3. Buy/lease second vehicle. Hire licensed plumber or train your apprentice. Now you have 2 revenue streams. You transition to sales, management, marketing. Goal, $50,000 to $80,000 per month revenue, $600,000 to $1 million annually. Phase 4, systemize, year 3 to 5. Hire dispatcher/office manager. Document every process, how to quote jobs, handle customers, source materials. Create training program for new hires. Build brand, professional website, uniforms, wrap trucks. Goal, business runs without you, $1 million to $3 million revenue. Phase 5, exit, year 5 to 7. Clean books, recurring revenue, systems in place. EBITDA $300,000 to $800,000. Private equity offers 5-7x EBITDA. Exit for $1.5 million to $5 million plus. Part 4, deep dive, how to build an electrical business the scalable way. Electrical follows a similar playbook to plumbing with a few key differences. The opportunity. Electrical is even hotter than plumbing right now because of EV charger installations. Every Tesla, Rivian, or Ford Lightning owner needs a level 2 charger installed, $1,500 to $3,000 per job, takes 3 to 4 hours. Solar integration. Homeowners installing solar need electrical upgrades, $2,000 to $10,000 per job. Smart home retrofits. Whole house automation, security systems, smart panels. Severe labor shortage. Electrician apprenticeship waitlists are 5 to 10 years in some states. Licensing path. Apprenticeship, 4 to 5 years, 8,000 to 10,000 hours, working under licensed electrician. Journeyman exam, written test on NEC, National Electrical Code, state regs, safety. Master electrician exam, more complex, qualifies you to pull permits and run business. Electrical contractor license, needed to operate a business, requirements vary by state. Shortcut, some states allow you to operate under a master electrician's license if you hire them as employee or partner. Startup cost, license/exams, $500 to $2,000. Tools, $5,000 to $12,000, meters, drills, wire strippers, conduit benders, fish tape, etc. Vehicle, $10,000 to $18,000. Insurance, $2,000 to $6,000 per year. Software, $600 to $3,000 per year. Total, $18,000 to $40,000. High-margin niches. 1. EV charger installations. Charge, $1,500 to $3,000. Cost, $300 to $600. Materials plus 3 to 4 hours labor. Gross margin, 60 to 75%. Market, growing 40% plus annually. 2. Solar panel integration. Charge, $3,000 to $10,000. Partner with solar companies, they send you referrals. Recurring work, every solar install needs electrical. 3. Panel upgrades. Older homes need 200 amp service to handle modern loads. Charge $2,000 to $5,000. Takes 1 day. Huge demand. Marketing strategy. Same as plumbing but add. Partner with solar installers, steady referrals. Target EV owners, Facebook ads to Tesla groups, local EV clubs. Commercial contracts, offices need ongoing maintenance. Part 5. Deep dive, how to build a pest control business the scalable way. Pest control might be the best boring business of all because of recurring revenue. The recurring revenue goldmine. Unlike plumbing or electrical, mostly one-time jobs, pest control is subscription-based. Customer signs up for quarterly treatment. $100 to $150 per quarter equals $400 to $600 per year. Annual termite inspection. $300 to $500 per year. Mosquito control. $80 to $120 per month during warm months. Retention rate. 80 to 90%. Customers rarely cancel once signed up. This means your business compounds. Every new customer is recurring revenue that stacks. Market drivers. Climate change. Warmer winters equals bugs surviving, migrating north. Urban growth. More density equals more infestations. Health awareness. Zika, Lyme disease, West Nile virus. Supply chain issues. Lumber shortages equals more termites in old wood. Licensing. Pest control applicator license. Required in all states. Pass exam on safe chemical handling, integrated pest management, IPM, state regulations. Continuing education credits, varies by state. Cost, $200 to $800. Time, 2 to 6 months, study plus exam. Startup cost. License, $200 to $800. Vehicle, $8,000 to $15,000. Equipment, $3,000 to $8,000. Sprayers, protective gear, traps, inspection tools. Chemicals, $1,000 to $3,000 initial inventory. Insurance, $1,000 to $4,000 per year. Software, pest routes, BrioStack, $100 to $300 per month. Total, $14,000 to $32,000. Business model. Phase 1, build the base. Door-to-door in target neighborhoods. Yes, this still works. Free inspections, hook them, upsell treatment plan. Initial treatment plus quarterly plan, $300 upfront, $100 per quarter. Phase 2, scale with recurring. Goal, 200 to 500 customers in year 1 to 2. At $400 per year, average equals $80,000 to $200,000 revenue. Gross margin 60 to 70% equals $48,000 to $140,000 gross profit. Phase 3, add services. Mosquito control, seasonal add-on. Termite treatments, high ticket, $1,200 to $3,000. Rodent exclusion. Wildlife removal. Phase 4, geographic density. Focus on one area until saturated, reduces drive time equals more jobs per day. Then expand to adjacent neighborhoods. YP loves pest control. Private equity is obsessed with pest control because recurring revenue, 80 to 90% retention. Predictable cash flow, you know exactly how much revenue you'll have next quarter. Easy to roll up, by 10 local operators, consolidate routes, instantly more profitable. Recent exits. Terminix, acquired by Rentokil for $6.7 billion, 19x EBITDA. Multiple regional operators selling for 7-12x EBITDA. Build to $2 to $5 million revenue with 60% plus gross margins and you'll get offers. Part 6. Starting with zero money and keeping your 9 to 5. Here's the best part. You don't need a pile of cash or to quit your job to start these businesses. The Zero Money Playbook. Step 1. Leverage your existing skills. If you're already licensed, plumber, electrician, HVAC tech, you have a $50,000 to $100,000 asset, your license. If you're not licensed, start as apprentice/helper, get paid $15 to $25 per hour while learning. Learn evenings/weekends through trade school, $2,000 to $5,000 for courses. Study for license exam, books plus online courses, $200 to $500. Step 2, start with zero overhead. No storefront needed, operate from home. No employees, you're the labor. Use personal vehicle, get business insurance for $50 to $100 per month extra. Buy used tools, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, pawn shops. Total true startup, $2,000 to $8,000, license, insurance, basic tools. Step 3, bootstrap marketing. Free Google business profile, most important lead source. Post in local Facebook groups, Licensed plumber available for side jobs. Next door, offer discounts to neighbors. Ask friends/family for first 5 to 10 jobs, build reviews. Marketing spend, $0 to $500 per month. Step 4. Finance what you can't pay cash for. Equipment financing, 0% intro APR business credit cards, 12 to 18 months to pay off. SBA microloans, up to $50,000 at low rates for small businesses. Vehicle lease, $300 to $500 per month for work van. Step 5. Side hustle while keeping your 9 to 5. This is the safest path and how most boring business millionaires started. The schedule. Keep full-time job, security, benefits, steady income. Work side business evenings plus weekends. Emergencies pay premium, 3x, 5x normal rates for after hours. Build to $5,000 to $10,000 per month extra income. Save 6 to 12 months expenses. Quit and go full-time. Timeline. Months 1 to 6. Build foundation, get first 20 to 50 customers. Months 7 to 12. Consistent $3,000 to $7,000 per month side income. Year 2. Scale to $8,000 to $15,000 per month, quit day job. Year 3 to 5. Grow to $50,000 to $150,000 per month, hire team, systemize. Year 5 to 7. Exit for $2 million to $10 million. Real example, the weekend electrician. Guy I know worked as corporate project manager, hated it. Got electrician's license evenings over 3 years while keeping job. Year 1 side hustle. Worked Saturdays doing residential service calls. Charged $150 per hour, 3x his day job rate. Averaged 3 to 4 jobs per Saturday equals $450 to $600 per day. Monthly extra income, $1,800 to $2,400. Kept 100%, no employees, no overhead. Year 2. Added Sundays. Started doing EV charger installs, $2,000 to $3,000 per job, 4 to 5 hours. Monthly extra income, $6,000 to $10,000. Year 3. Quit corporate job. Went full-time. Hired apprentice to help. Revenue, $300,000 first full year. Net profit, $140,000 after paying helper, truck, insurance, etc. Year 5. 3 vans for employees. Revenue, $1.8 million. EBITDA, $520,000. Got unsolicited PE offer, $3.2 million, 6.1x EBITDA. Accepted. He went from side hustle to $3.2 million exit in 7 years. Never raised capital. Never had a pitch deck. Just fixed electrical issues on weekends until he couldn't keep up with demand. Part 7. The Private Equity Secret. How to get acquired. Let's talk about the exit. Because building a $2 million revenue business is great. Selling it for $10 million is life-changing. Why private equity is obsessed with boring businesses. PE firms have $2+ trillion in dry powder, cash they need to deploy. They're desperate for good deals. Tech is too risky. SaaS multiples crashed. They're flooding into home services because recession-resistant recurring revenue, fragmented, easy to roll up, predictable cash flow. The roll-up strategy. Here's how PE makes money on boring businesses. Step 1. Buy a platform company. $10M - $50M revenue home services business. Plumbing, HVAC, electrical, pest control, clean books, good management. Some recurring revenue. Pay 5-7x EBITDA. Step 2. Bolt on 10 to 50 smaller companies, add-ons, $500K - $5M revenue each. Pay 3-5x EBITDA. Smaller companies equals lower multiples. Step 3. Consolidate operations, centralize back office, accounting, HR, marketing, share trucks, tools, inventory, cross-sell services. Offer plumbing plus electrical plus HVAC together. Improve margins from 40% to 55% plus. Step 4. Sell the combined entity. Now it's a $200 million to $500 million revenue company. Sell to bigger PE firm or take public. Exit at 7-10x EBITDA. Example math. Buy platform for $30 million at 6x EBITDA. Buy 30 add-ons for $60 million total at 4x EBITDA each. Improve margins, grow revenue organically 5 years later. $250M revenue, $50 million EBITDA. Sell for $400 million, 8x EBITDA. Return, $400 million to $90 million invested equals $310 million profit. How to become an acquisition target. If you want PE to buy your boring business, optimize for these. 1. Recurring revenue. Aim for 30 to 50% of revenue from maintenance contracts. Monthly or annual subscriptions are gold. PE values recurring at 1.5-2x higher multiples. 2. Clean books. Use software, Service Titan, Housecall Pro. From day one, track every expense, every job, every customer. Get annual financial statement audits if revenue. $2M. 3. Systems and processes. Document everything, SOPs for every task. Business should run without you. Hire GM or COO. PE wants turnkey operations they can plug into their platform. 4. EBITDA margins. 20%. If your margins are 15%, you're leaving money on the table. Optimize pricing, reduce waste, negotiate better material costs. 5. Growth story. Show 20% plus year-over-year revenue growth. PE loves momentum, easier to sell to their investors. 6. Size. $2 million to $20 million revenue. Sweet spot. Under $2 million equals too small for most. PE over $20 million equals you'll get offers, but mostly from strategic buyers. Recent PE activity, 2024 to 2025, Goldman Sachs acquired Sela Services, plumbing/HVAC/electrical, for $1.7 billion. Crete United, Ridgemont Equity 18 add-on acquisitions in HVAC/electrical/plumbing. Apex Service Partners, 100 plus HVAC/plumbing bolt-ons. First Call Mechanical, Skynight Capital 15 acquisitions in 18 months. Alpine Investors Orion Group, 35 plus facility services. Add-ons. Broadwing Capital's Upchurch Services, mechanical/electrical/plumbing platform growing through acquisitions. This activity is accelerating, not slowing down. How to get on their radar. Hire a business broker. They have relationships with PE firms, charge 8 to 12% of sale price. Attend industry conferences, PE firms scout at ACHR Expo, Nexstar, etc. Optimize your online presence. PE does digital diligence. Make sure your website, reviews, and SEO look professional. Join industry groups. Many PE-backed platforms post acquisition targets and trade associations. When PE comes knocking, you want to be ready. The final truth. Boring ISB. If you'll let me end with this. The tech world spent 15 years telling you that the only path to wealth was disruption, innovation, venture capital, hypergrowth, unicorn exits, and for 99.9% of people, that path led to burnout, layoffs, and worthless equity. Meanwhile, the boring business owners, the plumbers, electricians, pest control operators, laundromat owners, quietly built real, sustainable wealth. They didn't raise capital. They didn't pitch investors. They didn't work 80-hour weeks hoping their options would vest. They just solved real problems for real people, charged fair prices, and built systems that print cash. And when it was time to exit, private equity wrote them checks for millions. The people getting rich in 2026 aren't the ones chasing unicorns. They're the ones fixing toilets, rewiring houses, and killing bugs. So here's my question for you. Which boring business are you going to start? Even as a side hustle. Even with little money. Even while keeping your 9 to 5. Drop your answer in the comments. I want to know which one speaks to you. And if this video shifted how you think about wealth, hit that like button and subscribe. Because I'm going to keep showing you how quiet millionaires build real wealth while everyone else chases hype. Thanks for watching. Now go build something boring and get seriously rich. The ND.